Once upon a time, in a sunny little village, there lived a joyful girl named Jasmine. Jasmine had big, bright eyes and a laughter that sounded like bells.
She lived with her kind mother, Belle, and her adventurous father, Jet. One lovely morning, the sun was shining brightly, and the flowers in the fields danced in the gentle breeze. "Let's go see our friend, the dragon," Jasmine exclaimed, bouncing with excitement. Belle smiled and said, "What a wonderful idea, Jasmine. The fields are beautiful today." Jet nodded. "Yes, let's go on an adventure." The three of them grabbed their picnic basket filled with tasty sandwiches and refreshing lemonade, and they started their journey. As they skipped along, Jasmine picked a few flowers and held them up to her mother. "Look, Mama, they are so pretty." Jasmine squealed with delight. Belle gently took the flowers from Jasmine and tucked them behind her ear. "You are like a little flower yourself, my sweet Jasmine," she said, kissing her forehead. They continued their way, laughing and playing in the sunshine. Soon, they reached a tall castle with shiny, golden doors. This was no ordinary castle. It belonged to a friendly girl dragon named Daisy. Daisy had bright green scales and sparkly wings, and she loved to play with Jasmine and her family. Jasmine ran up to the castle door and knocked. "Daisy?"
"Are you home?" she called out cheerfully. A moment later, the golden doors swung open, revealing Daisy, the little dragon, with a big smile. "Hello, Jasmine. Hello, Belle. Would you like to fly with me today?" Daisy asked, her wings fluttering excitedly. "Oh yes, that would be amazing." Jasmine clapped her hands.
Daisy positioned herself and invited Jasmine, Belle, and Jet to hop onto her back.
They climbed on without hesitation, and with a powerful flap of her wings, they lifted off the ground. The world below them looked like a patchwork quilt of greens and yellows. "Wow, we are flying!" Jasmine shouted, her eyes wide with wonder. They soared high above the clouds, and the breeze kissed their faces. The sky was a brilliant blue, and sunlight glimmered like diamonds all around. Jasmine giggled as she felt the rush of the wind through her hair. "Hold on tight, we are going to the mystical floating island," Daisy called back to them.
Soon, they spotted a cloud that looked like a fluffy pillow. Daisy flew down gently, and as they landed, Jasmine gasped in awe. The mystical floating island was magical. There were trees with rainbow-colored leaves, sparkling streams, and flowers that glowed. "Welcome to the mystical floating island," said a wise old owl perched on a branch. His feathers were a mix of blues and greens. "My name is Oliver. This is a special place where friendly animals live." Jasmine's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Hello, Oliver. It's so beautiful here."
"Would you like to meet my friends?" Oliver invited, flapping his wings happily. "Yes, please," Jasmine replied, her voice filled with joy. The owl led them through the island, introducing them to amazing animals. They met Benny, the bouncy bunny who loved to hop in circles, and Lila, the clever fox who could play games with her whiskers. There was also Max, the gentle giant elephant who painted with his trunk. "Let's play a game," suggested Benny, twitching his ears enthusiastically. "What game should we play?" Jasmine asked eagerly. "How about hide and seek?" Lila chimed in, her eyes twinkling. "Great idea," Jet said, grinning. "Jasmine, you can count, and we will hide." "Okay."
1, 2, 3. Jasmine began counting as the other animals scurried away to find hiding spots. When she reached 10, Jasmine shouted, "Ready or not, here I come." She searched everywhere, giggling as she found Benny hiding behind a bush. Lila was peeking from behind a tree, and even Max's big feet were sticking out from behind some flowers. After the game, the animals gathered near the sparkling stream for a picnic. Belle opened the picnic basket and shared sandwiches and lemonade with everyone. "This is a perfect day," she said, smiling at the happy faces around her. As they ate, Daisy sat beside them, her wings folded neatly. "I love seeing everyone smile," she said softly.
After their picnic, Oliver the owl looked up at the sky. "It is getting late. The sun will be setting soon, and you must head back." Jasmine felt a little sad to leave. "Can we come back to the floating island?" she asked wishfully. "Of course," Oliver replied with a wise nod. "You are always welcome here. Just spread your arms wide and think of us." Jasmine hugged all her new friends tightly, saying goodbye with a happy heart. Daisy then took them back to the castle, flying through the cotton candy clouds. As they landed outside the castle, Jasmine beamed with joy. Thank you, Daisy. Today was the best day ever.
You are welcome, my friends, Daisy replied with a joyful flap of her wings. Jasmine, Belle, and Jet waved goodbye to Daisy and started their walk back home, hand in hand. The bright stars began to twinkle in the darkening sky, and Jasmine couldn't help but smile. I can't wait to tell everyone about the floating island, and I want to see Daisy again, she exclaimed as they headed home, full of love and adventure.
They knew that with each new day, more magical adventures awaited them.